Hey, Devin. Yeah, I'm actually at Hurdy Primary School in Lufkin. I'm at the Lufkin ISD Board work session. Um, a part of their initiative this year is hosting their work sessions at different campuses across the district, and today's campus was Hurdy Primary, so that's why I'm here. The story I'm working on today is the Lufkin ISD School Board is having discussion on considering closing two Lufkin ISD campuses, Coston Elementary School and Kurth Primary School. Now, this has been on almost countless agendas now for a while, and it actually goes back to four. Board President Christy Gay, due to declining enrollment, she formed a committee called the Future Facilities Advisory Committee. And what this facilities job was to do was to go around to each campus in the district and basically analyze them, analyze the condition they're in, their enrollment numbers, the special programs they have on that campus, and they were supposed to come back with the consensus. Well, in a special meeting maybe 2 weeks ago now, that committee recommended to the school board that Coston Elementary School and Kurth Primary School be closed and consolidated. Now, due to declining enrollment and increasing cost, keeping those schools open hasn't seemed like a smart financial decision for the district. So, in today's meeting, they've basically expanded their discussion on that. So, Thursday, they're supposed to have a formal board meeting. And at this meeting, we are to expect them to make a decision on closing Coston Elementary School and Kurth Primary School. Now, in today's meeting, Board President Christy Gay says that this can impact about 500 students. As for the teachers at those campuses, depending on what students go to which campus, they said that their staffing will be adjusted to meet that need. Now, discussion right now, they're saying that parents of students at Coston Elementary School would choose between Slack Elementary or Brandon Elementary School as far as where they move their students to. For parents that are at Kurth Primary, they would choose between Burley Primary, Burley Elementary School, excuse me, or Trout Primary School for where they will move their students. Now, this is all just conversation right now. They are due to take action Thursday, so nothing has been determined, but this is what they're discussing as of now. Uh, Superintendent Dr. Hockenberry says if they do approve to close these campuses on Thursday, that notifications will go out to parents that are affected almost immediately, and they'll be electronic. It won't be a district-wide notification. Speaking with Communications Director April Soderquist, she says that this will probably go through on Remind. They have another parent messaging system that they use that this will probably go out on to affected parents. But again, right now, this is just discussion, but they have expanded on that. Now, if they do approve it, I'm sorry, this is a lot. If they do approve it and that message does go out to parents, Superintendent Dr. Hockenberry says that they'll be looking at maybe even having a open house, excuse me, as early as next week for those parents that have to move their students. So while it's still in, talks, there are plans in place to get this thing rolled out if it is approved.
Yeah, it sounds like it could encourage immediate action or require immediate action. Now, when you were in that meeting, again, this is the second meeting that they've had talking if this is to happen, how would we work out the details of this? Is there anybody that says, that is of the mind that they shouldn't close these schools? And are there two parties that are talking pros and cons? What are some of the cons that they were discussing, especially if it's going to be set for a vote on Thursday? It sounds like there is just kind of a meeting of the minds there. Is the conversations more about should we, shouldn't we, or if this is to happen, let's problem solve all of the details? Take us into those meetings.
Yeah, I think this is more of this isn't a decision based on what they were saying in the meeting. This isn't a decision that has come likely. Like I said, they've been, formulating the ifs and the buts of this since at least September 2024. So this is something that they have, been deciding on and been discussing, and now it's kind of at that moment where a decision needs to be made. I went to the last special meeting that they had regarding this. And when I spoke to Superintendent Dr. Hockenberry, he said, he didn't give me a definite answer on if this would happen, excuse me, but he did say that it needs to happen sooner or later. A decision needs to happen sooner or later. So I don't think that there's too many, you know, defining parties in this, at least for the board. It seems that everybody seems to be on the same page. In today's meeting, a topic of discussion came up with the open house. Initially, Hockenberry may have wanted to have an open house for those parents in April, but one of the board members, Allison Langston, she spoke up as a parent saying that, I would love to see the campus that my child is going to well before I have to make that decision. So because of that, it seems like they would move those open houses up much earlier. But it doesn't seem to be any naysayers in this. Like I said, an action hasn't been taken yet, so it is still, in that discussion phase. But right now, they're making plans, and if this is to happen, they're trying to get their ducks in a row to do that. As far as teachers, like I said, those students will have the option to go to two campuses. And based on how those enrollments line up with the addition of those students, that's when they'll look at teachers and staff and place them where they need to be accordingly. But to answer your question, it seems like they're all on the same page as of now, even though no action has been taken.
Right. It just sounds like different details that everybody's trying to work out and really brainstorm how this is going to happen if it inevitably does. And we will know one way or another come this Thursday. Again, Tyree White, thanks for calling in there at Lufkin ISD.
Yeah, and
Alrighty.
I
Yeah.
wanna emphasize
Yep.
as well. While action can be taken, they could decide to table this. It's not to say that we might get a yes or no Thursday, but we will get some type of action on Thursday.
That's a perfect clarification. Thank you for giving us that little tidbit of information there. Once again, Tyree White in Lufkin ISD. We'll continue to check back in with you on this story on Thursday.